Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be doing another hunt a killer murder mystery game. It's been a couple months since I've done one of these games. I think I did one earlier this year. I don't know if it was hunt a killer or if it was a different one, but I have this one. I want to say I got for like Christmas or something. I've been holding on to it for a little while, but this is Dead Below Deck. So if you want to play along, then keep on watching. On the back it says stewardess Rachel Vainson has been murdered at sea aboard the yacht, the Old Thunder, and her friend Jen is the only person who believes her death wasn't an accident. She has airmailed you this package and is begging you to help her catch Rachel's killer. Can you bring the murderer to justice before the yacht ports and the killer escapes? Okay, we got a whole lot going on. So first thing, usually I don't really read too much here because this is kind of just the instructions. Then we have this letter. This is from Jen, the one that had sent this to us. So it says, "Dear detective, you don't know me. My name is Jennifer and I need your help. I work as a deckhand on a yacht and this morning we found my friend Rachel dead. Rachel's body was found in the yacht's sauna this morning, the sauna I cleaned out just the night before. It gives me chills to think only a couple hours later Rachel died there. Our captain, Javier Rackams, and the police in Nassau officially labeled it as an accident. They said the heat probably made her dizzy and then she slipped and hit her head. No one believed me when I told them Rachel would never be as careless as that. She's always been type A, super careful about everything. When I first met her, she was doing a triple spot check of the pier's safety railings. I'm sure someone did this to her. And when it happened, we were anchored in the middle of the ocean. It had to be someone aboard. The yacht was chartered by William Bonnies, some rich entrepreneur, and his fiancée Dawn Rogerstone. Given how unhinged and wild they've been on this whole trip, I would have expected them both, especially William, to be a lot younger. When it comes to the crew, there's the captain, a nice guy, but a real stickler for the rules. Milo teaches our cook, and Maria Reed is a deckhand like me. They're both pretty quiet. Milo is the kind of guy who's cool without really trying, and even though I work with Maria the most, I know the least about her, but I'm not exactly chomping at the bit too either. She's a bit standoffish. I joined this crew to get out of my life in Chicago. Everything on board was different for a while, just how I thought it would be, more vacation than work, spending time with friends, but everything changed with Rachel's death. In addition to putting some evidence on an online drive for you, I snooped around the yacht and took some things I thought might be useful and airmailed you this package from our stop in Nassau. There's this locked box I saw Javi stuffing some scrap paper in before he hid it on the bridge. There has to be something important in there. A good place to start would be trying to figure out how to open that. Oh, man. And figuring out when Rachel died. If we don't catch Rachel's killer before we make port in Miami, they could hop onto another boat or even plane and we'd never be able to find them. When you figured out who could have done this, send me a message of their name and I'll radio the police and make sure they're waiting for us when we dock." I don't know where this locked box is, but they get me nervous, okay? Trying to figure out little codes and opening little locks. Oh, it's in here. Oh, I see it. I see there's like a little bracelet or something that's kind of cute. Got a little seashell on it. And we have this note here. This is from Milo to Rachel. It says, "Rach wrote down William and Dawn's insane wish list for the cruise next week. Make sure you only pull the exact amount I noted from each line. Milo. Iceberg lettuce, spices, sugar, celery leaves, eggs, just a whole bunch of food items." And then at the bottom it says, "I want to, comma, but not like this." And it's in a different type of pen. So you can see from Milo, it's in green, and then something at the bottom. I don't know if that's also Milo, but it's like a regular black pen. Rogers Jolly Theme Park. This was on December 17th, 1:25 p.m., admit 1, where the good times are. This is what it says. And then on the back, "Wow, Rach, can't you and your sugar daddy take a joke? Those pigs never hurt anybody. Say it to my face next time or watch your back." A little threat on the back. So now we're finding out possibly that Rachel has a sugar daddy. Then we have just a note. "Kid, comma, check the box. Your first step to get in is to make the crown disappear by bringing the sun and moon together." Like, the box is at the bottom. We have this little note that you might even not even see. It says, "William, we need to talk. Can you find a way to meet me alone?" So I'm assuming William possibly might be Rachel's sugar daddy by the way things are going right now, because Jen briefly mentioned that she expected William and his whatever fiance to be younger. This box, I'm just gonna try 125 just because that was the time on the captain thing. That would be real luck. 125 is not the correct code. Let's keep going. Or maybe no. I was gonna say maybe December 17th, but that's too many numbers. This is walkie-talkie conversations written down. After Rachel died, I went through the computer system that logs all of our walkie-talkie conversations, and I wrote down anything that seemed suspicious. December 16th, 6:32 p.m., Milo/Rachel, channel 6. Milo says, Rach, can you please talk to me? Rachel says, if I wanted to talk, we'd talk about this in person. I need some space. This isn't good for my heart. Milo, but I have enough now. We finally have enough to get out of here. Rachel, I don't understand how you could keep this from me. I feel like I don't even know you. Milo, just let me explain. Rachel, I'll let you know when I'm ready to talk. December 17th, 1:45 a.m., Javi/Milo, channel 13. Javi says, left something for you in the box. Maybe 10-5. Milo says, how? Javi, check the note I gave you. Then the shells, stars, and lizard will give you access. Milo, 10-4. I think 10-4 is like copy, you know? There's a pause for a few seconds after, and then I heard this click noise. Milo, there's only one thing in. What the hell is this? You know what it is. Can't abandon ship just yet. December 17th, 8:13 p.m., Rachel/Javi. Heard Maria in the background, channel 6. Rachel, requesting assistance 10:20 on the first deck bow. I got stuck on the railing. Javi, 10-4, 10-6. Rachel, receiving well. Thanks, Javi. Maria in the background. Looks like Little Miss Perfect forgot about the dress code. Rachel, Maria, maybe you could, I don't know, help me out instead of just standing there. This wouldn't have happened if you didn't bump into me. Maria in the background. Okay, I got it. Jeez. Everyone is sounding kind of guilty right now. We have another one with some more conversations, starting off with Maria. 10:23, Captain, I got this. Rachel in the background. No, don't cut it. The only place you can get this is the... Maria, I don't care if you have to get scuba equipment. You better go down there and get it. Javi, clear this channel. December 18th, 6:30 p.m., Javi/Unknown, channel 81. Javi says, new software recording 10-2 but 10-3. December 18th, 10:50 p.m., Rachel/Javi, channel 6. Rachel says, Javi, where are you? We need to talk. December 18th, 11:45 p.m., Milo/Javi. Heard Maria and William in the background, channel 6. Milo says, 10:17, Javi. Javi responds 10:12. Milo says, 10:2, 10:99 at 10:30, which is a time. Maria in the background, my God, Milo, take it outside. I'm trying to sleep, my dude. Javi says, 10:4. William in the background, Javi, do you think I should go to the hospital? Javi, 10:3. Then we have a pamphlet for the Essex Luxury Sea Tours. Thank you for booking your Caribbean vacation. This packet includes information on your chosen vessel and crew and everything else you'll need to know to ensure your sailing is as smooth as possible. If you have any questions, please contact your captain or the helpline. The Old Thunder, constructed in 2019, 29 meters, 95 feet, and top speed is 27 knots. Meet your captain and crew. Javier Rackham's CPT. He is an expert mariner with more than 20 years aboard countless vessels. The captain has spent 6 of those years on bridges, steering ships that range from pilot schooners to 180-foot mega yachts. A natural-born leader with a firm hand on the wheel, he will make sure your voyage is safe and smooth from port to port. He also possesses citizenship in the U.S. He considers his national Cuba, an island, to be his true home. Milo, before our seasoned head chef joined us aboard the Old Thunder, he created a name for himself as a culinary master across the U.S. He was the head epicure for a premier arsenal distillery in the Midwest, the sous chef at a Pacific Northwest restaurant known for its exotic and breathtaking seafood, and the head chef at a restaurant that brought traditional Scottish cuisine all the way to the Gulf. He always seeks to use the freshest ingredients, often foraging for them himself, collecting exotic foods of all kinds to bring you a meal that you cannot get at home. Then there's Rachel, known for her kindness and warm personality. She's a longtime hospitality professional, born and raised in Osborne, Kansas. Maria has been a member of the Essex crew for 3 years. Jennifer is your second deckhand and our newest crew member, but don't for a moment think she's inexperienced. Jen was drawn to the exciting, fast-paced lifestyle of working on a yacht, and she works tirelessly to keep the exterior decks spotless and open for any activities you may want to participate in while aboard. And then it says, warning, neither the sauna nor hot tub should be used by anyone who's pregnant, has heart conditions, low blood pressure. Then over here there's writing, which is not really to do with the information here. What's with the power on this boat? Anytime we use the sauna, the shower, or change the AC, all the power gets diverted and lights go haywire. Javi must be slipping. And then going back to what's actually the information. There's guest rooms. 5 additional guest rooms can be found on the lower deck. There's plenty of room for your whole family and perhaps more importantly, privacy. The sauna is the perfect way to end your day. Set it and forget it. The sauna will turn off after an hour, which as an automatic reminder for you to get some fresh air. This is kind of a drawing of how the deck is, each deck is on the boat, on the yacht, I should say. It's not a boat. So top deck is the captain's quarters and the bridge. There are some stairs. Then there's the third deck, which has outdoor seating, the lounge. Second deck has private balcony, stateroom, master stateroom, stateroom lounge, hot tub, and sauna. The main deck is just basically bedrooms and stairs. First deck lounge and outdoor seating area. Below deck is the engine room, the crew quarters, kitchen, pantry, freezer, crew mess, and then maybe some more bedrooms. I took this from William's stateroom. Hopefully this map can help you understand the layout a little more. A vacation pamphlet. Caribbean's best kept secret. Don't let the island's tiny size fool you. At smaller than 30 square miles, there's still plenty of history, exploration, and fun on its shores. How could an island once inhabited by pirates not be? There's more traditional fun like our famous Roger Jolly's theme park, amusement center, and water park just on the outskirts of Drecktown, which the Rogers Jolly theme park, I had that ticket from. You can also catch sight of an ancient shipwreck at a local reef or find fine waterside dining at the world-famous Queen Anne's Return restaurant. But if you had enough of the sand, why not try one of the island's many jungle tours or visit the famous Avery Falls? There's exotic flora and fauna, boasts a unique ecosystem of tropical animals both in and out of the water. There's carnivorous plants that bite. And then, of course, there is some writing on this page. This page just says to book your vacation through the sea tours, and it comes with your specific month's birth shell carved in stone. I wonder if that is... Receive a complimentary welcome package, including a handmade bracelet, which it shows a picture of it, and it's that one that I showed earlier. So the writing says, would be nice to get the crew bracelets too, don't want them to feel left out. Then there's a lizard that has become a bit of a pest. It's an invasive species. Kind of some plans for the day on the yacht. December 17th, they are going to this island. Morning, the plan is the Black Spot, brunch reservations made for 9:30, Avery Falls guided tour at 10:30, light lunch at dock and cover at noon. And then somebody writes above the morning, this place is fun, but it's about as far north as I'd go. That part of the island can get a little dicey. And then the writing here says, got you a seat under the awning. It's going to be a hot one. The afternoon, they have a private snorkel tour at 1:30. And they write, I've never personally been snorkeling, medical reasons, but where else are you going to see a pirate shipwreck? Then the evening plans, dinner at Queen Anne's Return, reservations made for 4:30, performance by buoys on the side. Then written, it says, I told them ahead of time it was your birthday, Will. They're going to roll out a special dessert for you. Notes, skip the amusement park just like you asked. FYI, while you're off on the island, hobby's going to be unavailable. Then it looks like a different type of handwriting. Dawn going shopping after snorkeling, call the lawyer about redoing the prenup. This paper kind of looks like somebody crumpled it up, but this is a prenup agreement. We have a lot of amounts on the back, so this is going to probably take a while, but let's see if I can summarize it as much as I can. Prenup agreement is to be made on December 15th, the effective date by and between William, which William is 64, the prospective spouse 1, resident of 105 Sun Isle Road, Finn Bay, Florida, Dawn Rogerstone, 42, the prospective spouse 2, resident of 95 Runger Mill Road, apartment 302D in Florida. Spouse 1 and spouse 2 may be referred to as the party or collectively the parties. Whereas the parties are currently unmarried, whereas the parties wish to each separately establish their rights in regard to each party's income, property, and assets, along with any future income or property that may be acquired separately or jointly during the marriage of the parties. Each party hereby agrees to the following. Section 2, children. The following children were born, adopted, or from a previous marriage of and or by the parties are as follows. Children from previous marriage/relationship. This is spouse 1, which is William. He has 5 kids. Sophia, mother is Sarah. Helena, birth mother is also Sarah. Francesca, also by Sarah. Laura, birth mother Alana. Mildred, birth mother Vivian. Section 3, property, residence, joint accounts. The considered marriage of the parties shall not in any manner whatsoever affect their current legal rights in respect to respective personal property, nor shall the marriage have any effect of any type upon the legal rights of either party's heirs. Disposal of property. Each of the parties shall maintain their own separate sole ownership and control of, and each party retains the exclusive right to sell during their life and all the property that they own now or may acquire or receive during the course of the marriage as their absolute property, without interference by or from the other party, in the same manner as if the marriage had not taken place. Section 4 is earnings, support, disability, pensions, debt. Earnings during the marriage. Both parties hereby agree that any and all earnings or income from interest and subsequent property derived from those sources will be considered separate property. Support. Both parties agree that each party is financially capable of providing their own support to maintain a suitable standard of living. This agreement excludes the conventional provisions concerning any and all debt accrued before or during the course of the marriage. Section 5, death. In the event that either party survives the other, neither survivor nor the heirs has the ability to make any claim to any part of the separate estate. Section 6, miscellaneous. Both parties thus reserve the right to amend, annul, or void this agreement in writing, executed, and properly acknowledged by signature of both parties. So William signed this on 12/15, and I'm assuming Dawn wrote, "You cannot be serious with this will," and she did not sign it. Financial information we have for both spouses. It goes down. So this fits for William, and then this is for Dawn. William's total monthly income is $55,000, and Dawn's is $2,330. So William is definitely making more. He just has income from rental properties, interest, trust. He has his employer income. William's monthly expenses after insurance, retirement contributions, property taxes, child support. His totals up to $13,217, and Dawn's is $2,801. William's assets are equivalent to about a little bit over $3 million. Dawn's is $2,383. William has no liabilities in terms of debts or, loans or anything like that. Dawn has total outstanding liabilities of $54,997. So she has about $25,000 in credit card debt and $29,000 in student loans. We have a flag. This is different. Okay. This is the last thing. So I'm kind of nervous. I don't know. So we have Cuba, Florida. Top, it says, found this shoved under a seat in the lounge. No idea whose it could be. No one uses paper charts anymore. And that's from Jen. Is there anything wrong with having a little map to see where we're going? So I think the main thing we have to work on is this box. I didn't really see any numbers. Check the box. Your first step to get into it is to make the crown disappear by bringing it. Oh, so that's possibly why. Bring the sun and moon together. So let's get either the map or the flag. Is there a sun or moon on here? Make the crown disappear. Going back to this map, it looks as if there are little pen marks though, like dashes all throughout. I mean, I don't know what any of this would mean. There is an evidence of a crown. Oh, is this the sun and the moon, guys? If we're bringing the sun and moon together to get rid of the crown, we have 4 stars. We got 2 of these things. These little, I want to call them seashells. I don't know if they are. You got 1 moon, 1 sun. This is not a good start to the game, y'all, if I'm already struggling. Oh, my Lord. And the shape of this, I know it's kind of crazy to see, is almost resembling that lizard. Okay. The pest on the island. I think this is what this is supposed to be resembling. So we got the lizard, we have the moon, we have the stars, and the seashells. Or whatever these little things are called. I don't even know. These are kind of resembling stars down, let's say, his front. They kind of look similar to these. So I don't know if these are supposed to be stars. We got 1 lizard, 2 shells, 7 stars, 4 stars. So let's try. So what did I say? 1, 2 seashells, 4 stars. 1, 2, 4. I feel like I tried that. No. 1, 2, 7. No. 7's even right, or if it's 4. No, 7's. I need to get rid of 7 then. 2, 4, 1. No. 2. It seems like it wants to open. Oh. So the stars, I was right that it does form a star. You have to kind of fold it perfectly. Once it's folded, it should be 2 seashells, 7 stars, and 1 lizard. We made it through the struggle. Now let's see what's inside the box. We have what appears to be something ripped. We have instead of Yelp, it's Whelp, that's kind of funny. I think Yelp should actually rename to Whelp. So this is a review of Darth Gator tours in Guillory, Louisiana. So Becky gave this tour a 1 star, and it said, oh boy, I already see something at the bottom that I have no idea. I thought I had seen it all. I was wrong. As my followers know, it takes a lot to get me upset. Normally I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but Darth Gator Tours really crossed the line yesterday. Don't be fooled by the cutesy name. This tour is no laughing matter. Let me give you some background. My daughter and I were visiting New Orleans on her spring break, thinking we get some R&R and experience a little southern hospitality. Wrong. We spent our weekend surrounded by drunken youths, street performers, and every other kind of weirdo you could dream of. But then we thought, why not escape to nature? We'd heard there were a lot of wonderful wildlife tours in the area outside New Orleans. Well, now that I'm on the other side, I can tell you without a doubt that this tour is not one of them. Let's start with the free transportation. I'm sure you're thinking coach bus or maybe a minivan. Nope. Instead, we got a retired seafood truck. After our horrific ride, we met our tour guide, if we can really use that term, and that's when things really went off the rails. How can I sum it up? Expectation, a classic Louisiana airboat. Reality, a leaky canoe. Expectation, complimentary snacks. Reality, expired string cheese. Expectation, communing with nature. Reality, that feeling when your tour guide chums the waters, attempts to wrestle an alligator, and says, don't worry, I've got insurance. But I think my favorite moment of all was when the tour guide held us hostage and made us sing happy birthday before we got off the boat. It's my birthday, y'all. Yeah, who cares? I would have done absolutely anything to get out of there, but come on. As you can guess, this pitiful attempt to elicit higher tips didn't work. I don't know if my daughter or I will ever recover. Please learn from our mistake and do not book. And then someone wrote at the bottom, it says, she already =, triangle, square, a circle with a line, about her triangle, circle with a line, square. Maybe wildlife endangerment is good enough to triangle, circle, equal, half, or maybe it's like a half moon. Circle, equal, square, half moon, double line her. Girl, just so y'all, I'm reading like a PlayStation controller. As you can see, equal, triangle, square. Okay, so we'll put this to the side. We have a couple more things actually in here. A deviant tracker database. At the top is written, some of these might make good, all of those little symbols again, streams. Known aliases, known falsified information. So the description is Cameron Johnson, another one is Blair Defoein, Jamie Berry, Cameron North, Alex Smollett, Jamie Allardyce, Alex O'Brien, and the notes are, additionally possesses several fake date of births on record, real date of birth confirmed as February 28, 1989. So we have incidents in 2012. This was Valentine's Day. Location, Seattle, Washington. Charge was theft. Theft of truffle hound, return hound after 3 days to plead guilty to a crime. The sentence intended to plead guilty, however, owner declined to press charges as animal returned safely. This was on July 7th, Portland, Oregon. Possession of illegal animal products. Brought in for questioning surrounding local restaurant's possession of takifugu. The restaurant, maybe this is the chef, Milo. The sentence was charges dropped in exchange for cooperation with authorities. Charges filed against the restaurant owner. Next was in 2017. This was December 16th in Kansas. Illegal distribution of alcohol. Discovered running a secret distillery on the extended property of a local steakhouse. Sentence was 90 days house arrest. Additional 90 days probation. Assigned probation officer Biggs and Wedge. I feel like all of these are like the people. Next incident was July 3rd, 2018 in Guillory, Louisiana. Importing of illegal goods, possession of illegal animal products. I don't know what it is with all these animal incidents. Discovered serving haggis as a secret menu item. Additional employees taken into custody. Sentence was 1 year in prison. Oh, okay. Then at the bottom, don't think this is my only copy. So I think this was like the blackmail that somebody, I think it was somebody to Milo. So this is between Milo and Javi through the walkie-talkie. Milo got this note. There's only one thing in. What the hell is this? You know what it is. Can't abandon ship just yet. So I'm going to say this is kind of like blackmail from Javi to Milo, because he knows all of the things Milo did. Oh, here we go. This is what we need right here. So these are the symbol, what they mean, you know, up, down, left, right, triangle, square. This is going to take a while because an equal sign could be L, T, V, or X. Triangle could be A, F, H, I, K, N, Y, or Z. Square could be E, M, or W. Maybe this is supposed to be a C or a moon, could be C or U. A circle is an O or an S. I'm going to call it the half moon, maybe. Could be a D, a G, a J, or a P. A circle with a line through, like a caution or a stop, could be a B or a Q. And then a half moon with the double line is just R. Should be good to keep something like this around. Gotta keep an eye out, though I think it's something R, because we got a half moon with two lines, so it's R, triangle, C, triangle, square, equals, and circle, onto me. I doubt Miss America would ever want to be a part of this. Even so, though, I got a good crew for this round. Just in case, I still got triangle, triangle, equal, square, circle on almost everyone. Certainly never would have expected Rachel, girl next door, to lie on a medical form. Triangle, square, triangle, half moon, double lines, which is an R, equals, condition seems like a weird and dangerous thing to hide. Fudging your age like Reed did, I get, but that's not enough to hold over someone who's insane enough to wrestle an alligator. Okay, so we're referring back to that incident that on the Whelp website. I guess we should have thrown Reed a party in March instead of July. Close enough. Then there's equal, square, triangle, C, triangle, square, or whatever name he wants to go by. I'd hate to be there when his sweet little Vainson, which is Rachel, finds out about all the things he's been up to. Then there's a skull with little bones. Just gotta make it through another trip with this Bonnie's guy. On the plus side, he brought a new fiance with him this time. I can't even remember what number he's on. Then 1214 maybe it says. Red Bay doesn't seem any more eventful than last time. Nothing here to use. Thought about trying to pull Will in even if just as a money bags, but he's too scatterbrained. Can't even remember people's names half the time except Rachel. Guy's gotta think for her. Don't know why he's already got a woman like Dawn. Teach is gonna have to fight him over Rachel. So he's saying Milo's gonna have to fight over Rachel. So we have another piece of paper. We have a drawing of the map for the Spanish Wells. 1216 Spanish Wells. If my friends try to get the people here involved, which may be smart, it won't be through me. Too many close calls with various... We got triangle, C, circle, circle with the line through, triangle, triangle, half moon, circle here. A boat like this takes a lot of work, so that's a good excuse not to go on shore. Guys tried to price gouge me again. Guess spooked by some of the locals. Sounds like they wandered into a bad part of town. Hopefully Will didn't try to be a tough guy. Can't blame him though. No way I'd want to punk out in front of a woman like Dawn. Those astrology, we have the same circle with the line, triangle, half moon with the double lines. I'm not going to bother reading these symbols. Javi, types are always the wildest. Have a feeling it'll be worth it. December 17th, 8:15. Early arrival at 2 this morning. Confirmed no changes to plan. At least it ain't a mountaintop like last time. That was excessive. 12:17 at 10:30. Granted Reed leave time. Maybe she'll cool her jets. Either way, one less set of eyes on me. Already have somebody pestering me enough about this, all these symbols, and all the other nonsense he gets up in order to flaunt his generosity. I get it, you're rich and you want everyone else to know it. 12:17 at 11. Sent the kid to pick up the package. Perks of being the boss. We have two more. 12:17 at 14 o'clock. Logging in an extended shore visit. No one will think twice and no one will bump into me there, especially after I already told Teach, which is Milo, to make himself scarce. I'm honestly kind of surprised Dawn figured out the code in the symbols of that old map. She's smarter than I gave her credit for. Managed to get myself a bit of a birthday present. Had to wait a month, but better late than never. 12:17 at 20:30. Rachel caught her bracelet from the island on the railing earlier. Reed at least helped her and cut it off, even though she was the one who shoved her. I keep saying Reed, but that should be Maria, I believe. That's just her last name. Or Red, R-E-A-D, so it could be Reed, it could be Red, I don't know. The whole thing fell into the ocean, which made Rachel even madder. Don't know what the fight was about. I can't have them even accidentally compromising my timelines. Maybe I should just separate the two of them. Though I don't know how on a boat. They're fighting too much, gonna be trouble. 12:18 at 10:30. Damn woman left her, all these symbols, in my sheets. We should have kept it off the boat. This was a stupid, cocky mistake. I could lose my job, all because of some pillow talk. She got me talking and I just blabbed about everything from Rachel's heart condition to my extra place in Cuba. At least I had the wherewithal to withhold the deal with the freezers. Of course, it was Rachel of all people who found it. She confronted me about it. She knows. Now I just have to figure out what it'll take to buy her silence. Why did it have to be the most moral one who found it? 12:18 at 11:30. Kept trying to give Dawn the details. Finally found a time where she wasn't with Will. So long as Rachel doesn't get Will alone and spill the beans, we should be good. Then our last one here, 12:18 at 12:30. Goddamn, all the symbols aren't working on top of everything else. Everyone keeps draining the damn power. Would anyone notice if I changed the route, shaved off some time? Maria would for sure, but would she care? Gotta talk to Dawn and figure out how we keep this hush, but fixing the freezers is much more important. 12:18 at 13:15. Left the island late, only 15 minutes. Should be fine. 12:18 at 17:15. And now the propeller. 12:18 at 21:30. Finally got a chance to talk to Dawn. Crew doesn't seem to suspect anything. Figured out what to do about Rachel. Everyone has a price or a pressure point. 12:19 at 00:15. One of them got out of the freezer. Thank God the kid could handle it. Smart enough to cover for me after I screwed up and sent a group text. That's even more incentive to keep him on payroll. Need someone to see things if some nonsense comes up, like fixing that idiot Will after he fumbled around and smashed his head. Some woman Dawn turned out to be, all the symbols, him there alone and all bloody like that. And then she just shows back up to symbols after I'm done cleaning up the mess. Log them at 22:30, the kid fixing the freezers. Other surges at 23:30, 23:45. Hopefully they won't cause any more delay. 12:19, Rachel's dead. One problem solved, another created. Gotta get my story straight. The only thing that matters now is protecting me. Our next step is going to be figuring out what all these symbols mean. We're gonna get a notebook, a pencil, just write everything down. The thing I wanna do is write down what all the symbols stand for. An equal sign could be an X, and I feel like there are very few words that possibly start with an X, so we can kind of, process of elimination. It is nice that the half moon with the double lines is just one letter. That kind of, I think, makes things a little bit easier. Like, for example, half moon with the double lines, triangle. So we have R, and then a triangle could be A, F, H, I, K, N, Y, or Z. So theoretically, I think there are some words, like rhetorical, I think it's RH, right? That's how it's spelled. You probably aren't going to have a word that's RK, RZ, so you can kind of like eliminate what letter will go there. We got half moon with the two lines, so we have R, triangle. The next letter is a C, which could be a C or a U. So it could be R-A, I'm going to say it's Rachel, R-A-C-H-E-L. Okay, because I'll show you what I mean in a second. So we have here, the half moon double line is an R, triangle could be an A or it could be an I, but then we have the C. So I feel like it just makes the most sense that it'd be R-A-C, triangle could be an H, square, E, that equal sign's an L, the O could be an S. So we have triangle, triangle, equal sign. So if we have triangle, triangle, it has to be two letters that make sense. So it's not going to be ZZ, it's not going to be YZ. Just in case, I still got triangle, triangle, equal sign, square, circle on almost everyone. Oh, I got faves. That's on almost everyone. That don't make sense. All right, let's move on to the next one. It's triangle, square, triangle, half moon, double, equal sign. I wonder if it's heart, because he said in another, Rachel's heart condition. I think it's heart condition seems like a weird and dangerous thing to hide. So I'm going to assume, let's see. Triangle can be an H. Square could be an E. Triangle could be an A. So you kind, yeah, some of these you kind of figure out from reading the rest of the letters. The symbols or whatever name he wants to go by. Equal sign. I'm going to say this is teach, as in Milo. I'd hate to be there when his sweet little Rachel finds out about all the things. Let's see if these symbols spell out teach. And teach is spelled with an E at the end. T-E-A-C-H-E. There's a C in the symbols, and a C could only be a C or a U. This equal sign, which could be a T, a square, which could be an E, a triangle, which could be an A, the C, which could be a C, triangle could be the H, and then a square could be an E. This one, too many close calls with various, these are a lot of symbols here. So we have a triangle, a C, a circle with a line through, which could only be a B or a Q. We're gonna figure this out. I don't want to keep y'all here for about 3 hours, so I will be back once I get a couple of these pages done. But in case you guys want to play along, write this down real quick for what each symbol stands for. This was the first one that was Rachel's. I didn't figure this one out. Come back to it. Heart condition. There's Teach, Teache, which is Milo. There's the next one. And this is the one that I was saying should be a little bit easier because this has to be an R. This has to be a B or a Q. Already have Pestering Me. This, again, this could be like a B, R, something. Here. Damn woman left her. Gotta be something blank blank R R. This is the last page. Something R R. And there's 2 over here. I'll be back with my handy dandy notebook. Going back to the first one where I was saying, is it faves? Is it intel? It's files. I was kind of close. Faves, files. I had the middle 2 letters wrong. I still got files on almost everyone. We were done with this first page. The Spanish Wells page. Too many close calls with various husbands. A boat like this takes a lot of work. In the astrology, we have the same birth month. Already have Will pestering me enough about this bracelet and all the other nonsense he gets up to in order to flaunt his generosity. Honestly kind of surprised Dawn figured out the code in the edges of that old map. So like I had said, this must mean something on the sides here, the little marks. That's it on this side. Damn woman left her earring in my sheets. Freezers aren't working on top of everything else, which kind of made sense with the power going out. Some woman Dawn turned out to be, leaving him there alone and all bloody like that. And then she just shows up back to shower after I'm done cleaning up the mess. It's like from there, I don't really know where we go. Let's go to the manual. Head to deadbelowdeck.com to see the full list of hidden documents and digital assets. The password for accessing the full inventory list in the hints and reveal section is Anchor. Let's go online and see. I went to deadbelowdeck.com and then I went to play the game and it brings me to this, and it said the password was Anchor in all caps. So over here we have witness statements, we have a drive, and then we can talk to Jen down here to the right. So let's go to see witness statements. We have a 3-minute statement of Jennifer.
I don't care what a hobby or the Coast Guard said or even what you think. Someone on the boat did this. Rachel would never be so careless. She was supposed to be up there. She was supposed to come back topside. After the guests went to sleep, I went back to our quarter to check on Rachel. We'd bailed for this little hangout the crew was having. When I got back, it looked like she changed her mind. And she was putting her bathing suit on. I remember looking at the clock, knowing it was late for her, but still being really happy. Rachel was mad about her job, the life, the crew, even the guests. And Rachel was not the type to talk shit on the guests, no matter how bad they were. But you know when someone's so pissed that they can't even get the words out? The only thing I understood was that she wanted to go to Omaha. I don't know why Omaha of all places. The crew cabin before 11 went to the bow. I noticed that the lights were going off all around the boat. I remember the times, because I was thinking of how we'd have to deal with that electrical crap in the morning. It was 11, or no, it was 10:30. It was 10:30 during my fight with Rachel. And then again at 11:30, 11:45 at midnight. Maria and Milo were sleeping.
Maria?
I noticed with Javi first. The guy's always cool, but he came over to where we were on the bow in the morning and pulled Rachel aside for something. Not like Queen or Rachel, to get a talking to from the boss. After the guests went to sleep, the crew, we hung out by ourselves. And people were going to drop off, and it was 10:30 when I went to look around since I was by myself. I saw William on the line on the floor in one of the halls with a bloody towel on his head. Don and Javi was there. I don't know what happened, but I wasn't about to get involved in whatever closed door couples thing that was. So I headed to my bunk. Besides, they don't pay me for first aid. On my way to my bunk, I bumped into Milo. Normally, I get along with him, but he seemed a little off. I asked him what was up. He didn't want to talk to me. I didn't press it. It was 11:15 when I went to bed, earlier than I normally do. You know, besides, a day like that, I just wanted to get some rest,
Rachel was trying to talk to me about something while I was making breakfast. Whatever it was, she just couldn't seem to get it out. But I could really tell it upset her. She was just getting mad and talking in circles. I tried to see what was bugging her when we were underway, but she was just so involved with guests. William had her ear for a lot of that time. Plus, I always have things to do, even if it's not time to eat. So I just couldn't get a chance to see what was wrong. Things finally started to slow down after dinner. Then the guests turned in, and we just kind of hung around like we normally do. But Rachel didn't seem into it. I could tell she was still unsettled. So I went to talk to her later on, and she said, everything's fine. You know when someone always says fine to anything, they're clearly not fine. I didn't want to press it. Besides, it was late, like 10 o'clock. And when I was leaving, I saw Jen was gonna try and talk to her as well. And I told her Rachel wasn't feeling it, but she went in there anyway, and I just wished her good luck. I did my final check of the night, just seeing if anything needed doing, mostly just to clear my head before I went to bed. I saw Javi was helping Will, who looked like he hit his head, but he told me he had everything under control, so I finally went to bed around 11:30. Maria was already down, and right as I went to sleep, the lights flickered. Because I remember reaching for the switch thinking, you know, somehow somebody already got it. And in the morning, Will found Rachel in the sauna.
So awful. What happened to that poor girl? I know Will was quite fond of her. I didn't see a lot of Rachel during the day. You know, but I first talked to her when I ordered brunch. You know, she seemed a little down there, but, you know, I didn't see her a whole lot during the day. She was busy, you know, running around and doing her job. And Will and I, we were enjoying our vacation. Maybe a little too much. Will certainly did. He got after it a little too hard. Yeah, I had to take him to bed just before 9. I guess he ended up getting out of bed and going to look for the bathroom, I guess, and he bumped his head. I didn't actually see anything. I heard the smash and then just his hollering. You know, thank God he's okay. I mean, I really thought he hurt himself. You know, there was so much blood at his age. It's just something like this is never good. But thankfully, Javi, Captain Reckham's, he was nearby and he was able to patch him up, and I took him to bed. So I do remember taking a shower beforehand, just to wash off the day. That was just before midnight.
I was the one who found Rachel. I saw she dropped the bracelet when we got on the island with the birth shells on it. And I went to hand it to her and she didn't even move. Well, that's when I called Javi and realized what happened. Most of my time on this vacation, I obviously spent with Dawn, except when she went on a shopping trip on the island. I was trying to get up the energy to look for an earring that she had lost, and Rachel took our breakfast order. She was upset all day. I'd been on a few trips with this company. After Rachel and Javi's service, I began to request them. And at least I think, became friends with them. I think I know when they were feeling out of sorts. And that's the last time I saw Rachel. At some point, I had to get up to use the little boy's room. I was a little bit more out of my gourd than I thought, and I didn't even use the one in our suite. I slipped. That's how I get this. Dawn must have heard because they came running. Javi patched me up. He's a good guy. All I remember is him dragging me back to bed at 11:30. He stayed with me to make sure that I wasn't getting sick or anything. I remember hearing Dawn come in and use our bathroom shower just before midnight. And then when Javi left at midnight, I asked him to crank up the AC for me.
I took my most diligent notes in the captain's log. Noted everything. I do remember talking to Rachel a few times yesterday, even though I was pretty busy. I was talking to William in his cabin, was present when she delivered breakfast. Nothing seemed to miss there. Everything went in order as we traveled. We made good time, moored at 1,700 hours, after we got some kelp stuck on one of the propellers. Later, William requested everyone eat dinner together, which was a fun experience for the bit I got to stay for. But I had to see to some things around the ship. Not sure if anything happened there, but that was the last time I spent any amount of extended time with Rachel. What I do remember, very vividly, was William's injury. I heard him fall at 10:15, quickly attended to him, and then left to get the first aid kit from the bridge. I picked it up at 10:30, also noticed another power surge. I patched William up, giving only a couple stitches. Certainly wouldn't make his eventual hangover any better, but he didn't need to be hospitalized. After, I stowed the first aid kit, logged the event in the captain's log. It was midnight. The last thing I did before I went to my cabin was turn the air conditioning on, as William requested.
So we have a group text chain. I hope it's not more symbols. I've been looking at these texts from our group chat a little closer. Maria always seemed like she was out to get Rachel. I don't think she would have ever done anything, but after what happened, I don't know. The last screenshots from the night Rachel died. Yeah, picture. Thanks for making my B-Day awesome. RV. This is Rachel. No problem, babe. Milo, happy birthday, Rachel. Next time I'll make a coconut cake. Maria, can y'all keep it down out there? I'm trying to get some sleep. Rachel says sorry. Maria says K. Somebody get Rachel to shut the hell up. This is Maria. I got it, Maria. This is Maria. In addition to Javier as captain, William has specifically requested to have Rachel as chief stewardess again. Looks like Moneybags has a thing for you, Rachel. Ha. Just saying Dawn is some competition. You could be the 6th Mrs. William Bonnies. William's a nice guy, Maria. He's just had some bad luck with ladies. We're supposed to pretend we didn't hear the screaming. What did William do that he has her yelling this much? You know they say money is the #1 cause of stress. Don't know why when Will's got so much of it. It's him keeping it, that's the problem. Can you blame him? That's from Rachel. Maria, wow, Rachel had to rat me out. Did I scare your crypt keeper boyfriend or something? Milo says chill. Rachel says, look, Maria, you could have gotten one of us the pigs killed. You need to feel like you're in charge. William is crunked up. No way he's staying up for that schwitz. They're going into the room. I say we party. Rachel's too busy with the old man at dinner. He just wanted a receipt from the island, Maria. Why are you always like this? They're trying to have a party. Maria says, where the hell are y'all? You just left me down here alone. Javier is saying SOS, a box, and the temperature. Pocket dial much. Everybody get to the bridge. We have wedding vision board. Our love story. We love your feedback, Rachel. Let me know what you think. All of the thing for her and William's wedding. And I'm looking here because earlier with the incident report, remember it said like something about February 28th. So whoever's birthday is in February, their birth shell will be a tulip. Left some notes for you. This is from R. And William wants to talk to you about some forms he wants you to sign. So most likely the prenup. Maybe one of William's kids can be in the wedding party. We'll come back to that. The captain's log, which is 6 pages, December 14th to the 24th. Planned route and dates show when they're departing and arriving at each port. The following guests were initially booked for the cruise, but were not present upon departure. These are all of the kids, I believe. And this is the staff. Docked, crew arrived on time, guests arrived, crew assisted. Rachel gave tour of the vessel, performed safety checks. Guests departed with Rachel. Jen and Maria remained on board, assisted with refueling, performed standard maintenance check. Departure from Red Bay, next destination Spanish Wells. Arrived, disembarked. Captain ordered me to note attempted price gouging. He reminded the fuel company of an agreement in place. Guests delivered formal complaints about Maria in light of her behavior on Spanish Wells. After hearing their intent to view the local and famous pig population, Maria brought along food when the guests, myself, and deckhands, Jen and Maria, went to visit. She tossed handfuls of pig feed to the guests, which they dropped, causing the pigs to swarm them. The guests remained unharmed. They were nevertheless frazzled and wanted it to be noted that her behavior was unacceptable. December 16th, responded to a minor incident ashore involving guests and island's population of pigs, which occurred at 1. Guests requested we leave Spanish Wells. They made preparations for departure. Arrival the next morning. Guests went ashore, including Rachel as a tour guide. They received complimentary bracelets from local carver. Mr. Bonnie's ensured the crew received them as well. Milo headed ashore, scheduled to purchase food. Captain making extended visit ashore. December 17th at 8:30 is potential injury to employee Rachel due to loose clothing, accessory averted. Maria forced to cut a snagged article loose, which was the bracelet. Cause of the incident appeared to be a verbal altercation. Forced to step in and intervene between the two, attempted to discern the truth, but neither would explain the fight. Our guests complained of a noticeable power divergence when certain appliances were used aboard. The appliances that noted were the sauna, shower, and air conditioning. I informed that this wasn't unheard of, especially aboard ships of its size. They accepted it, but nevertheless, I am logging an official record of their complaint and suggest an electrician look into the problem. All tasks completed, guests asleep. Delivered a verbal reprimand and made sure they returned to work. Suspended travel due to suspected propeller issue on the 18th at 5 p.m. For 45 minutes here, they suspected issue confirmed to be kelp tangled in propeller. Maria offered to see to the damage, but due to Jen's enthusiasm, decided to allow her to spearhead the fix with Maria's supervision. Guests seemed particularly intrigued in the maintenance of the boat, possible additional services for customers in the future. There's a private meeting with William scheduled. This is Rachel saying, okay. First aid kit access, recording full incident after completion, notice power divergence, reminder to search for source. On the 19th at midnight, returning first aid kit and recording incident that necessitated usage. William suffered injury to a slip and fall, applied stitches, helped him return to bed. adjusted the AC. Diversions were also observed this evening at 11:30 and 11:45. We'll want to investigate the potential electrical issues. December 19th at 7 a.m. responded to an incident reported by guest William. He intended to use the yacht's sauna and found Rachel unconscious and unresponsive. I responded, made sure they were kept away. After contacting the police to report the incident, was instructed to await their arrival. They confirmed the death of Rachel. Initial assessment ruled that she slipped and struck her head and died due to overheating inside the sauna itself. William apparently slipped and fell. Rachel apparently slipped and fell. So I feel like they're trying to take everybody out right now. We have a training manual. Welcome to the employment, professionalism. There is a dress code. Jewelry such as necklaces and bracelets are strictly forbidden due to tendency to cause injury. So they shouldn't have been wearing the bracelet. Wearing life preservers is not necessary, but it is required to wear aboard any smaller vessels. About evacuation. And then over here, this is kind of interesting because it shows each channel and what it's used for. Handheld transceiver 10 codes. These are all the different ones. Now this probably plays a part on the map here, where they have dots and lines and stuff. Then we have record keeping. So I'm sure we'll have to come back to this, but let's just keep moving forward for now. So you will soon learn there's much more to the adventure employment than is contained within this training manual. This place to write some notes, and that's it. So the only thing left to do is to click down here with Jen. You could send her a name. I don't know, I feel like it could be Milo or Dawn, because maybe she was jealous about Rachel's relationship with Will. But should I try Milo? What is the method of the murder? Investigating this aspect will involve looking at clues found at the crime scene. So I don't really have a means for Milo doing it, but that the motive and the opportunity. I don't know if I want to go here yet. Let's go to hints and reveals. The password here is also anchor. Like we figured out, oh, we didn't do the ingredients list plays a part of something. Is there anything on this document that could be a clue to indicate there's an additional hidden message? I want to, but not like this. That was the only thing. Each item on the list appears as a very specific quantity. Looking closely at the numbers next to each ingredient's quantity may give you hints to uncover a hidden message. I feel like some of this stuff, I will admit, like I'm missing. Evidence puzzle hint number 1. Is there a significance to the bracelet found at the crime scene? Where did it come from? Why did Rachel have it? Wasn't that Will giving it? He wanted all the members of the cruise to have it. Or not the cruise, but the yacht staff. The bracelet is believed to be Rachel's. Why is that? Is there anything in any other documents that would lead you to think that this isn't Rachel's? Oh, see, the birth month. Okay. I was saying February, the birth month was a tulip. Time of death. One of the first steps to solving Rachel's murder is to figure out when exactly she died. Which documents could give a clue to this? So there's a lot of things I feel like we could give a reference to. The captain's log. Noting air conditioning's direct effect on recurrent, as previously noted by RV, which is Rachel. At 10:50, Rachel and Javi, they're trying to talk. Maybe let's go to the training manual and see what all these 10-12s and everything. 10:17, Javi. Urgent business. 10:12. Visitors present. 10:2. Receiving Will. 10:99. Mission completed. All units secure at 10:30. Marie in the background. Milo, take it outside. I'm trying to sleep, my dude. 10:04 is message received. Do you think I should go to the hospital? Stop transmitting. Okay, so I want to say, so Rachel was still alive as of 10:50. They're trying to say 10:99, mission completed. What was the mission? So let's go back to the captain's log. Additional diversion also observed this evening at 11:30 and 11:45. The bracelet found at the crime scene was one of the gifts given. We know that. Each guest's bracelet should correspond to their birth month. In the island brochure, William notes his intent to get a bracelet. We also know that, and for the birth month. Rachel's birthday is in November. It is believed that this is her bracelet. Her bracelet was broken. We kind of know that. Oh, but she had a different one on her body. Why would you switch your bracelet? So on the bottom here, I wrote this earlier. She already lied about her age. Maybe wildlife endangerment is good enough to hold over her. Drive, wedding, vision board. Okay. So my birth month. So she's... Oh, see, I was too busy paying attention to February. Oh my God, y'all. There is the bracelet. It's Dawn. There's your answer. My birth month, William's birth month, and our anniversary month. April's the anniversary. I don't like it. I'll be honest with you. You're right, it was Dawn. I'm sending you an audio recording in this news clip.
Hey, detective. We did it. Seen it. I radioed the police before we arrived in Miami, told them what you told me, and they were there waiting for us when we docked. And all of us walked out of custody, except Dawn. I still can't believe it was her. She didn't seem like the best person in the world, but a killer? I guess at the very least, it wasn't one of the crew members Rachel and I spent the last few months working alongside. After everything you found, though, it's undeniable it was Dawn. I thought the bracelet they found on Rachel's body was hers, but it was Dawn's. Must have accidentally been left there. It looks like Dawn made that mistake once before, leaving her earring in Javi's bed during their affair, where Rachel found it when she was cleaning. Dawn knew Rachel found the earring. The night William got drunk, I think she found the note Rachel had written him. Rachel must have gone to the sauna expecting William, but found Dawn. They got into an argument. That's when Dawn hit her. The heat didn't make Rachel dizzy, didn't cause her to slip and hit her head. Dawn had to have hit Rachel and then left her in the sauna, knowing what the heat would do to her. Javi told her about Rachel's heart condition and all the other gossip he knew during their affair. Dawn didn't want to risk losing out on everything William's lifestyle was giving her. I mean, he already was setting her up to get nothing in case they divorced. Dawn knew Rachel dying in that sauna would look just like an accident. Javi's not entirely innocent either. The whole time he was ferrying those lizards off Isla de Morsa and back to Miami, selling them as illegal pets. Even Milo was taking part in it. That's what caused one of the electrical shortages. He refroze some in the middle of the night. He just wanted to use the money to get out and retire with Rachel.
The murder of Rachel Vainson. Some weeks ago, Rachel Vainson was discovered dead aboard the Old Thunder. The crime was initially declared an accident by both the boat's own captain and the proper authorities. Don Rogerstone, one of the yacht's guests, was discovered to be behind Rachel Vainson's death. Fearing Vainson would reveal the intimate details of her affair with the yacht's captain, Javier Rackams. Though the detective proved Rackams innocent of involvement in Rachel Vainson's death, they did discover his involvement in a seemingly unrelated smuggling operation. Rackams was apparently involved in the booming illegal exotic animal trade, using his position as captain to repeatedly smuggle an exotic species of lizard from Isla de Morsa.
We are back over here now. Something crazy about this case. It was hard, I will say. This is one I think that like truly did stump me. All the ones I've done, I never looked at that many hints before. I don't know, y'all. Maybe I'm slacking. My detective skills are just they're not there anymore. I see how, but also it just kind of seemed all over the place. I know cases are not going to be easy and straight to the point. I don't know, maybe y'all can understand what I'm saying. But let me know how this case was for you guys, if you kind of suspected it was Dawn. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.